Why hello there, my name is Travis Cart, and I happen to know that this year's theme for prom is Escape to Europe. Now, everybody knows that in order to act cordially at a European set fashion, you have to act fancy. And that's why I'm here to help, so follow me in these 3 easy steps to be fancy. Step number 1, pinkies. They're out all the time, no matter what you are doing. Eating, drinking, in the tub. You are not fancy unless your pinky is separate from the rest of your hand. Step number 2, use big words. And by big words, I mean the most abnormally large, complex, mind-boggling words you can think of. And if you didn't understand a word I just said, you're probably not fancy enough. Step number 3, dress fancy. Nothing makes you fancier than the way you dress. And the fancier you dress, the fancier you are. So remember these 3 steps as you're whisked away to the wonderful land of Europe at the 2011 Davison High School Prom. With your announcers, Griffin Haskins and Alexandria Dowdle. And introducing red carpet reporters, Nick Morissette and Desiree Nelson. DTV presents Davison High School Prom 2011.
Good evening, Davison, and welcome to DTV's live coverage of DHS Prom 2011. I'm Griffin Haskins.
And I'm Allie Dowdle. This year's prom theme is Escape to Europe, featuring many characteristics of postmodern and modern Europe.
Now, it's a clammy 48 degrees Fahrenheit this evening, but it looks like we've got a great turnout, which I would have to say is absolutely fantastic. That's right, Allie. I couldn't say it any better myself. So let's get started with some of these walk-ins. It looks like first we have Mr. Fischhaber escorting
Matt Taylor and Mrs. Leonard. It's really not the best weather out this evening.
Yeah, that's sort of unfortunate, but
hopefully it'll get better soon.
It was a lot worse this earlier today, so I'm glad it lightened up at least.
Me too. Here's Mr. Moriarty escorting a young lady in blue. Very silken chic. I like it.
I like the tiered fluttering bottom. It matches very well with his style of tie.
Yes.
Coming up next is Tom Campbell being led by
Miss Schizler.
Good job. Okay.
Here's Mr. Schuster.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Schuster's been doing this for quite a long time now, walking students in.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think he's gotten a lot better at it. Seems like a pro.
By now, he must be. Oh, coming up is Mr. McCollum.
Oh, I love that dress. It really vibrant. Like, it's so vibrant.
You don't see a lot of yellow, and this definitely works very well.
It accentuates her color of her skin a lot.
I agree.
Ooh, I like that blue that that girl has on. It's really nice.
It matches very well with her date's shirt.
Yeah, silver tux. I like
and there
that.
goes Matt Kittle being escorted by Mrs. Davis.
Mr. Moriarty's first year doing this.
Travis
escorting.
Isaacson sporting a yellow boutonniere, being escorted by Miss Schissler.
This year I think there's a lot of ruffles.
I would have to say so, from what I've seen.
I mean, the first 5 people had a lot of ruffles on. I liked it though. Oh, look at this dress. So shimmery. So many sequences. I love it.
Oh, and here comes John Syed.
All the teachers look very well dressed, I
Absolutely.
have to say. I think this year is the first year that DHS hasn't paid for the teachers' tuxes, and it actually saved us a lot of money. That made our tickets only $35, which is the cheapest that it's ever been, I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
I like this green. Very flattering.
Ooh, here comes Travis Jalazinski sporting a mint green vest.
Now, parents, if you notice, a lot of girls' dresses do not have straps, but that is okay because this is prom and it looks very well put together.
Here comes Lauren Ramzak, being escorted by Mr. Fishhaber.
And her date, Taryn,
You know
being
that floral
escorted by
pattern.
Mrs. Long.
That floral pattern was very exotic.
Yeah.
Worked very well.
I really like it. If you can tell, there's so many people outside here.
Surprisingly, for the weather, I can't believe how many people we have out here.
Me too. I wonder how many people are watching at home right now, though. Probably a lot. 48 degrees. Ugh.
More with those ruffled dresses. I certainly see what you're talking about.
Yes. It's a very common thing right now. So is the color orange.
Orange was a very popular color in previous years.
Here's Miss Gay being escorted by Mr. Smith. She looks very lovely tonight.
And right behind them is
Dylan Champagne being escorted by Mrs. Paulso. And Haley Nealis being escorted by Mr. Fishhaber. I really like the sequins on her dress, how it's in a V shape. Here's Hunter Burt. I think these are all the single ladies walking up right now. I like it.
all the single ladies.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies. What a beautiful dress. Wow, I just love this. Bright fuchsia pink, gorgeous. Really accents her tan. I mean, if you notice, more people with tan skin color, they tend to wear brighter colors, so it makes them look a lot tanner.
Right.
And people with more beige skin color that are kind of not as tan, they should wear darker colors because it accentuates how pure their skin is. I really like it.
Absolutely. And the bouffant gown is absolutely,
the
you don't see
mermaid,
it too frequently, so.
Easily.
Here is Scott Jarvis, sporting a light blue tuxedo. Well, all right, it's time to find out a little bit more about what the prom looks like this year. So coming live from the prom dance floor is DTV reporter Desiree Nelson. Take it away, Desiree.
Hi guys, I'm Desiree Nelson. I'm here to show you guys around this year's prom. First of all, over here we have a beautiful flower presented by Rayola Wojos and Boats Flowers. And behind us we have a huge photo booth. All the people can go and take pictures. Right in front of us we have flowers. In front of a huge fountain, and behind us we have the Eiffel Tower made out of real steel. The dancers can dance under it, have a good time. Over there we have even more decorations to symbolize everything that's going on in Europe. All right, we'll toss it back to you guys.
Thanks, Desiree. The decorations sure look brilliant this year.
Absolutely. You know, the prom committee spent over $20,000 on wallpaper and gossamer and everything in the prom today.
Well, we certainly are fortunate to have such a committed brigade organizing such a special event like this. From what I've heard, the fundraising was quite successful this year.
No doubt. Thanks to efforts of our sponsors, Mr. Harriman and Mr. Andrews, as well as all the students and parents involved. Prom tickets this year were only $35 each. That's down from $50 and similar from previous years.
That kind of a dedication is admirable, to say the least.
Easily. I mean, I really think that the junior class worked very hard and tremendous this year.
Makes me look forward to seeing what the current sophomores will have in store for us next year.
I heard that they were going to have it
off campus, correct? Yeah.
Off of the high school.
That would be the first time. This is the 39th prom held at Davison High School, and that would be the first time it would be held off campus.
Which is very different, so we're going to see if that happens, because usually that's only a rumor that every year has.
Right, and I'd say we're pretty fortunate to have the opportunity to see it on campus and off campus, so I'm definitely looking forward to next year as well.
Me too. I want to see what they can spiff up, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Nice. More and more people are just showing up now. Very surprising.
Coming up, we have Nick Morissette live from inside the prom floor. He'll be giving us the inside scoop on what it took to put prom together this year. Nick, what you got?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Mr. Harriman, who's actually in charge of this. So tell me, how hard was it to make all this happen?
It was actually very hard. We had a lot of hard-working parent sponsors. Debbie Nicolai, Fenton Addington, Bill Nicolai, Linda Harrison, and they did most of the work here. They coordinated and did a very good job doing it.
That's great. How long did it actually take this to make, actually, right here?
I know it took a couple weeks outside of here, and then the other day, Thursday, we started assembling it. It took us all day Thursday, and then part of the day on Friday to get it finally all up.
Oh, I guess you guys did a lot of effort to this, huh?
Yep, the parents, like I said, the parents did an awesome job. They worked their butts off. Like I said, especially this being about 1,000 pounds worth of steel and a lot of effort. This is actually, I heard, the largest and most heaviest, I guess you could say, prom centerpiece there's ever been here at Davison High School.
That's amazing. Well, I was here with Mr. Harriman, so now we're going to toss it back to Griffin and Allie for the rest of your prom.
This evening, we have a special report brought to you by DTV reporter Allison Newman.
She'll be giving us a special rundown on what went into the making of a night like this. Allison?
It's a good theme this year, Escape to Europe, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The dance floor is going to be unique, something never done, and I'm really excited for it.
I just want to get the Eiffel Tower up. And then after that, I'm going to get all our little worker bees doing what they got to do.
As far as the individual components, the time going into it was about 60 hours.
You know, it's, like you said, the Eiffel Tower, that was, you know, everything was measured out. All the parents that helped with that, it's perfect. The sidewalls went up great. The Gosmere, that went out great. You know, just put the right people in charge and it goes right up.
Setting up the outside of a prom during a thunderstorm can't be easy, right?
No, not at all. Not with the rain and the cold in Michigan. It's not easy.
But you guys are still getting it done today.
We have to, you know, trudge on through the rain and the weather just to get it done. It'll be all worth it in the end.
I just want to say, you know, thanks to all the juniors that are really helping. Class sponsors, parent sponsors, they've all done a really, really good job. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
Like I said, dedication like that is not to be ignored. It takes a huge collaboration between strong-willed individuals to pull off such a magnificent occasion.
I agree entirely. Being in the prom committee, I got to see firsthand just how hectic the setup can be. Personally, everything at first starts out just as an idea in a big jumble because all the ideas are just kind of mixed into one. But once you start rolling and get the ceiling up and we got the Eiffel Tower and it actually became a lot faster and more productive. And everything just comes together at the very last minute and it works out fantastically.
You know, from what I've heard, it took about 60 hours of work just to assemble the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, that was one of the most scariest parts. I mean, the second day we worked on it, they were trying to use a pulley system to bring it up, and it literally was teetering back and forth. One of the most scariest moments of my life because I was watching from the side and I just thought, if that falls, that's going to be the biggest lawsuit Davison's ever seen. It was kind of scary. Whew. It's cold.
Mr. Fischhaber escorting Brooke Arndt and Katie Hazel.
Looking beautiful, and here's Mr. Andrews escorting Landon McIntosh. Mr. Schuster with Alicia Rabel.
Oh, looks like Spencer
and
Goyette.
Spencer Goyette. Oh, Spencer.
He's sporting a bow tie this evening.
Spencer was walking with the cane. Here's Mr. Smith escorting Ashley Davis, and Mrs. Davis escorting her date, Mike Tolley. I like the blue and the shimmery.
The sequins are a nice touch.
Oh, easily. The sequins, I think, add a lot more emphasis to just the dress itself.
Right.
And it brings out some people's eyes. Like Ashley, I know she has like brownish greenish eyes, so it really brings out that, and I really like that. Ashley. Here's Chelsea Howe being escorted by Mr. McCollum and her date Julie Molina being escorted by Mrs. Leonard.
Looks like he had the pink shutter shades this evening.
Here's Kelly Yocklin being escorted by Mr. Fischhaber and her date Joey Braley being escorted by Mrs. Schizler. Kelly. so many different umbrellas I can see right now.
Makes you feel like you're in parts of Europe. I see they've got flags from different
Weather for
around.
Europe too, easily.
Sure.
I mean,
UK
everything's
at
just
least.
Europe today, isn't it? We asked one of the foreign exchange students, Oli. He's a foreign exchange student from Germany. We're like, so Oli, like,
Does
is
it
this
make you
really
feel more
what
at home?
Europe? Yeah,
Right.
does it make you feel like? He's like, no, not
No.
really. Like, okay, like, well, that's warm felt there.
You know, Mrs. Palso has been doing the escorts for Prom Walk-In for several years now as well.
She's a very smart lady. Anything you want to know about history, you go straight to her. She went to Oxford. That's nuts. That's awesome. I wish I could go to Oxford. Ooh, I really like this dress coming up with all the sequins and the sweetheart neckline. It's really pretty. Parents are everywhere taking pictures.
Ooh, here comes DTV's own Lucas
Lucas
Moquin.
Here's Kaylin Carpenter. I really like that dress. I read those.
Hang on, Lucas. You know, it seems like I've seen a couple of limousines this afternoon. But Allie, since you're on the prom committee, what can you tell us about prom this year?
I can tell you that the juniors, as well as their class sponsors, have been hard at work this week setting up for this year's prom. In the middle of the gym is a giant 24-foot, 900-pound Eiffel Tower replica. The tower is suspended over the dance floor, and it is made of all steel. Around 60 juniors helped in the transformation of the gym, along with other community volunteers spent 3 days setting up the gym. They used a total of 27 rolls of duct tape putting up the walls. They also made over 5,000 duct tape football-shaped fasteners to hold everything up. The front of the prom entrance is completely made of styrofoam with some wood to hold it together. A lot of hard work went into the making of this year's prom, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
And apparently, less than $20,000 was spent in total, so we definitely managed to get some good finances here, and prom certainly is looking great this year.
It looks absolutely beautiful this year.
I'm really looking forward to get inside. It is chilly out here, and I can hear the music, and I'm excited to get on the dance floor, Allie.
Can't wait to get my boogie down.
That's what I'm saying.
Boogie, 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 boogie. I really like the different shapes of dresses this year. There's just so many different
Unique
types.
styles,
Yeah,
yes.
easily. I mean, you see the ruffles with the one side strap. You see the sweetheart neckline. You see mermaid fishes. You see a big ball gown.
I've seen empire cuts, A-lines, a few sheets.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
I think my
gorgeous.
favorite part of prom, though, is in the preparation of prom, is the corsages.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
they're so intricate and yet delicate at the same time, and it makes for a very beautiful arrangement. It really does.
Yeah, it's a nice little accessory. What I like about prom the best probably would be what people drive up on.
Oh, that's definitely some people.
That's probably the funniest part.
Right.
I always want to see someone drive up with like a tractor, like a boat attached to a hitch of a car.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Coming
Back
up,
on the floor is Desiree Nelson.
she'll be giving us the inside scoop on what's going on inside. Desiree, show us what's going on.
I definitely think they really did a good job because it definitely does not look like your school anymore. So.
All right, and was there anything surprising when you walked into the school this year?
No.
All right, and how long did it take you? You look gorgeous, by the way, to get ready for prom.
I think I started getting ready at like 11:30 this morning, so
A while. All right, well, it all paid off. We'll send it back to Griffin and Allie.
Well, it's glad to hear that prom turned out really well this year and that people are enjoying it. Like I said, I can't wait to head in there.
Me too. Should be a lot of fun.
Looks like a sophomore just walked by. Haven't seen many underclassmen this year.
Yeah, I think I've seen about 4 or 5, but that's
In
not.
previous years, it was very, very prevalent, so I'm sort of surprised.
I've been to each prom, and so I was lucky. I love seeing people dressed up.
Dressing
nice
up
for
is
a
always
change.
nice.
Yes. Oh, Cara Terry looks beautiful. Wow. That was a gorgeous red dress she had on. I tell you what, I think I need mittens.
I agree.
I don't know if that's a hint to someone to want to come up here and bring me some mittens, but I'm just going to throw it out
can
there.
be.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm about to see some people walking in with long gloves on, which would have been the
Absolutely.
smartest idea if I would have known this weather was about to occur.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing any kind of shawls or covers, you know, with it being so cold out.
I don't even see anyone with goosebumps on. I mean, they're probably so nervous. They're like, prom.
People are too stiff to walk in. I mean, I see such a large line of people walking in, and who knows how long people are going to be standing out there.
Like, look at Colin Tallman over there waiting in line right now. He doesn't, like, why don't you have a jacket or a coat?
Something.
They don't even have an umbrella. How do you do that? They're so skilled.
Oh, there goes Travis Fountain, sporting a white rose boutonniere and a teal vest and long tie.
I really like this dress coming up. It has the side one shoulder,
Right.
and it has a slit.
Very exotic coloring.
Me too. Purple, black, and yellow. I like that. So, Griffin, what do you think about having prom here? Like, do you think
I
we should
prefer
have
it
somewhere
on
else?
campus, personally. It just sort of gives you a feel. When people are assembling prom, it makes it feel so much more like a collective effort.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, people set up for it, they'll appreciate going to it much more. You know, people have a better time knowing that they've helped put, you know, their time, their effort into it, and definitely just make it turn out into a magnificent thing. And I think that's very special.
I agree with you there. I really like it.
Although it would be interesting to see what it would be like off campus.
Yes.
Wondering where they might end up having it. That would be interesting to find out.
It'd be really different.
From what I heard, some students this year were trying to opt for an off-campus prom.
Due to the Sadie's mishap. But obviously that didn't happen, and
Clearly.
everyone's here now, and they look gorgeous and stunning. They're beautiful dresses and tuxes.
Okay, sounds like Nick Morissette's going to be bringing us some more info from behind the scenes of prom. Nick, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Megan Risco, who actually graduated last year. How's it feel to be back in Davison High School?
Really good. It looks really nice in here. I'm excited.
What do you think about this place so far?
It looks really good. I love it. My sister's here till 1:30 working on it. She did good.
Who are you with in this prom? It's 2011.
I'm with my boyfriend, David Kennedy.
All right, that's amazing. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Well, all right, that's it for me, I guess, for right now. Now let's head back to Griffin and Allie for the rest of your prom.
Like I was saying earlier, I'm certainly glad we had such a good turnout. I mean, I know we're going to be showing this on DTV, of course, as some of you at home are watching. Well, all of you at home must be watching at this point. But with the turnout we've got here, it shows what kind of support the community has for the high school and the students, and it makes it feel like prom's a special thing. And I know a lot of the parents have put their effort into making prom perfect for all the students, and it's just fantastic to see a community come together like this.
That's what I really like about Davison is it's always a well put together community. I mean, there's always supporting the high school, the elementary schools, just the whole education system here.
Some people don't like a small town, but it's personally I like knowing everybody in town. You know, you can walk down the grocery store.
And you know who they are.
Exactly.
I like that. It's a
Pleasant.
warm, comfortable feeling.
Oh, there goes Stephen Arterburn using his umbrella as a cane.
Just
Seems
look at
like
this
the rain
crowd,
is lighting
everyone.
up.
Just look at it. Even in the pouring rain and
Yeah,
the
it's let up
not
some.
so good weather, we
Clammy.
still have many supporters, and that was great.
Some don't have umbrellas though, and I'm a little concerned.
Me too. Like, I didn't have a coat, and I borrowed your
Yeah,
little
jacket.
coat.
There you
Thank
go.
God. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Randall Scott in the picture there.
Sporting a blue shirt.
Some nice little pants.
And there goes Dawn Adele. And
Yeah,
Joe
that
Naminsky.
dress flowed really nice. I really like this dress coming up. If all of you can see, it flows really nice with her body structure.
Here to shed some light on what some students go through to make prom the night to remember is Allison Newman.
She'll be asking a couple what they went through to prepare for the perfect prom night. Take it away, Allison.
The highlight of our junior and senior year. Fancy dresses, the smell of hairspray in the air, and the men wearing a classic tux. Prom is the modern version of a high-class ball. The first recorded prom was in the 1930s. Back in the day, prom was just as big as it was today. People pulled out their parents' nice cars and got all dressed up and ready for a magical night. Gals in their fancy dresses and white gloves, and the fellows looking pretty fly in their jacket and tie. Prom is actually short for the word promenade, meaning a stroll or walk, especially in a public place, as for pleasure or display. Prom is known for its memories of limos, fancy ballrooms, live bands, and as well as the suspense of who's going to be crowned king and queen. It's that one night through your high school career where you feel like you're living your fairy tale. Prom is a classic tradition that high schools all over hope to continue. Kaylin Smith, DTV News.
Here in the gym is Desiree Nelson with some more questions.
Well, we'll have her after a little while, but looks like coming up are a few more exotic dresses. It looks like Savannah Tidrina is being escorted by Mr. Fishhaber.
Along with Allison Sytek.
And Brandon Elliott and Jimmy Anderson. Brandon's got quite a nice long tie matching his boutonniere. It's a very vibrant orange.
I like it. Here's Ashley Dorch being escorted by Mr. McCollum.
There's Brandon Garton and Austin McMurray.
Being escorted by Miss Long. Man, Mr. Schuster is a ladies' man.
Absolutely.
He's probably stacking up some phone numbers.
All right, now coming from inside the gym is Desiree Nelson. She'll be giving us another inside look. Here you go, Desiree.
I have a few questions for you, Nick.
All right.
Where did you go to eat before prom?
Me and my day went to Lucky's.
Oh, very good. Also, what are your plans for after prom?
I'm probably just going to go hang out with my day and watch some movies.
Very fun. How much did you spend on this year's prom?
A little over 200.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Enjoy your dance.
Thank you.
We'll send it back to Allie and Griffin.
Do you want me to read this or you read it?
One of the most talked about parts of prom is the cost. Not only is it so costly to set up for prom, but it can be costly to attend as well.
Prom history dates back way, and so does the cost. Ladies have to bring out the big bucks, spending on average $250 on a dress. That's a lot if I'd have to say. Gentlemen still spending a decent amount, but not quite as much. They spend only around $150 on average for a tux rental. The average total cost between a couple is a whopping $1,300. And surprisingly, only about 56% of teens ask their parents to help cover for prom finances. Also, a fun fact is that 81% of prom goers say something that they remember at their prom is the crummy DJ. Hopefully that won't be the fact this year.
Well, it sounds like they've got some pretty good music going.
I know,
I'm
it
certainly
just
glad
makes
to
me
hear
wanna go
it.
in there right
Exactly.
now.
Makes
You
me
know?
jealous. You know, you don't see many silver tone dresses.
No.
And they can be quite elegant sometimes.
Only like certain people can pull that off. I really like this green dress coming up in the background. It's a mermaid style. I like it.
You know, it seems like some of these people are walking in pretty slowly at this point, and I certainly don't blame them. I can barely move my fingers right now.
I couldn't imagine trying texting right now. It would malfunction.
And the floral pattern on that white and black dress is certainly very cordial, and opulent even. And her date is sporting white gloves, which I think sort
Gage
of
Cook.
adds
Gage
a sort
Cook, of course, would do that.
Right, right.
Here's Whitley North being escorted by Mr. Smith, and her date Ryan Hankins being escorted by Miss Schizler. Nice little wave to the camera.
Always nice.
Oh, Cody Mento and Miss Palso. Cody Mento and Megan are such a cute couple. I love it. They're just so adorable.
I bet they'll be having a fantastic evening.
Hi. Good. Excuse me, Miss Palso just said hi to me.
It's glad to see so many of the teachers around, too, to see how prom turned out. And
Oh,
giving
yes.
support to us here at DTV. That's always nice.
I really like seeing their faces outside of school, even though some people wouldn't guess that.
Okay, it looks like we'll be sending to Desiree inside the gym. Desiree, take it away.
Guys, I have a few questions. What did you do to prepare for prom tonight?
Went out to eat, made sure everything looked right, tested out the tux.
Did you ask your mom if you matched?
Yes, for sure.
And I have a question for you. You obviously got pictures before prom, right? Yeah. Okay, if you could edit any celebrity into those pictures instead of this guy, who would it be?
Bradley Cooper.
All right, thank you. We'll send it back to Allie and Griffin.
Thanks, Desiree. Now back to the red carpet showing. Here we have Kat Santel being escorted by Mr. Schuster. And here's Gabrielle Vela, all the way from Florida, being her date is Alex Dudash. Great lacrosse player, I might have to add. Amber Moffat walking up. Really like that pink dress. I think it's a Sherry Hill, if I can tell. She really does that design a lot. Peyton Sigourney in the picture right now. Great softball player, I might have to add.
She's being escorted by Mr. McCullum.
And her date is Dan Shapkins. Here's Tierra Tremblay and Zach Gibson.
Being escorted by Mr. Moriarty.
And Mrs. Leonard. Here is Aubrey being escorted by Mr. Fishhaber, and her date Matthew Spinney being escorted by Mrs. Slattery. Kind of a tongue twister there. Almost forgot.
You got it down. You're good.
I mean, sometimes you see people's
There goes
faces.
Matt Delvecchio with Mrs. Davis.
I like that.
His
When you see
boutonniere
people's
matches very well.
faces, sometimes you don't remember their faces, and
just
then
get
you don't
mixed
remember
up.
their names.
I'm bad with matching names and faces. That's one thing that's for sure.
I like this kid's sunglasses.
I like them too.
That was Dominic Diaz.
You know, I was here last night at about 11:30, and I just came to check it out. And between then and now, they've got so much more done, and it really came together quite nicely. I'm very impressed with the kind of dedication we've had this year. And from what you've said, being on prom committee, you've told me that it takes a whole year. It's not just the last 30 days or so. It's a whole year of preparation. What can you tell me about that?
Well, first, when you get elected on student council, they split you up into what kind of committees you're going to do. And so I just kind of got left with the ceiling committee. Like, I didn't really know. Like, everyone got already picked whatever they wanted. So I just got left with ceiling. And you have to prep and prep and prep for this day.
I
It's
believe
long. You have to find out how many rolls of gossamer you want to use. You have to find out what kind of people you want in your group. You have to find out the theme. There's so many little
And you
things
never want to
that
under
just
order.
make prom. So many little things. And it's the students, definitely, that make prom.
Right.
The students. Here's Sarah. She's a great softball player.
You know, some of the landmarks that prom focused on this year included parts of Athens, Greece, Big Ben. There's a train station right when you walk in. The boys' bathroom is World War II themed, I believe. And I am jealous. The girls' bathroom is castle themed.
I get to sit on the throne if
Well
I use
put.
the bathroom.
Okay, so it looks like Nick Morissette's got a word with some people inside the gym. Nick, take it away.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm here with Lauren Romzek and Colin Heaton here. So, how are you guys doing so far?
Doing great. We're having a lot of fun.
And you?
Pretty darn good.
What do you guys like about this place so far?
I don't know, the Eiffel Tower looks pretty sweet. The bathrooms are awesome.
I like the food.
Like the food. Are you guys having a wonderful time so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to go down to the dance floor and dance sometime?
What?
Are you guys going to go down to the dance floor and dance sometime?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right. That's all with me for right now. Let's get back to Griffin and Allie for the rest of your prom news.
Here to bring us a bit about prom memories is Alexis Asensio. Alexis?
I wore a black tux with a dark royal blue vest and tie. She wore a dark blue sequin dress.
My dress was blue with big puffy sleeves. Just a regular traditional black tux with blue vest. So the guy I ended up going to prom with, I figured it out about a week before prom, so it was kind of one of those friends type deal. Because my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband by the way, dumped me a week before prom. So he could go with his friends by himself. And we were leaving, and the car that he was driving, which was his dad's brand new something, ended up dying on us on the corner of Richfield and Genesee Road, which is the heart of Kersley, where I went to school. And so we were standing on the corner in our prom dress and tuxedo, waiting for his parents, because all of our friends had left us there, and my ex-boyfriend and all of his buddies drove by in their limo waving at us and making fun of us, so that was the beginning of prom. And then after that, we finally made it to the restaurant, because by the time our friends got to the restaurant and sat down, they realized we weren't there yet, and so they backtracked to come find us, and we were still on the corner. So we got to the restaurant. My date ended up not bringing any money with him at all, so I had to pay for dinner. And then when we get to the actual dance, I don't think we danced once together, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see him at all after we entered the dance.
My prom was on April 20th, 1996. Me and some friends, we rented a limo, and the 6 of us drove to Saginaw, to Delta College, which is where our prom was. When we got close to the school, we were excited. We thought it'd be fun to hang outside of the sunroof and yell and be excited. Come to find out that's illegal, and you can't do that. And we got pulled over. As we're pulled over, our friends drove by and honked their horns and pointed and laughed at us being pulled over.
Boom, there it is.
By tag team. If I was to summarize prom in one word, I would say overhyped.
Overrated.
I'm sure the preparation, hard work, and of course the time on the dance floor will make this year's prom unforgettable.
Oh, I believe it. I sure won't forget this year's prom.
I'm gonna boog it down.
You know it.
Probably do the cat daddy. I'm seeing a lot of short dresses this year. I, for one, have a short dress on. Might I brag? It's pretty crazy. Won't get to see it, but it's cheetah.
It's magnificent.
It is magnificent. It is awesome. With a big A.
Looks like some of the escorts are losing their umbrellas. How does that happen?
It's not raining that bad as hard as
It's
it
more
was
like it was a
earlier.
mist earlier. But much
Yes.
earlier than that, it was quite the downpour, and I
wow.
am very glad that we don't have weather like that right now, because we wouldn't even be out here right now.
Well, I'm really glad we don't live in Europe, because this is probably what it would be like every day.
Yeah,
So
could be.
Europe for one day is enough for me.
And you know what they say about Michigan weather? If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's a good one. I've never heard of that.
Really?
No. Here's Anjali Elizondo being escorted by Mr. McCollum.
She got quite the exotic floral, and it almost looks like it's trying to do a
Zebra.
zebra. Almost, right.
Zebra, animal print. Love it. Gorgeous. Here's Katie Thompson being escorted by Mr. Schuster.
Okay, and inside the gym, Desiree Nelson will be giving us an inside look. Desiree, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Trevor Coots. So, what would you change about this year's prom?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's pretty nice so far, but maybe it needs... Oh, I can't even think of something. It's just so nice already. I love the World War II bathroom.
So you wouldn't add anything?
No.
All right.
I don't have the creative... I can't possibly add anything to this.
And what are your feelings on this being your last high school last high school dance since you are a senior?
Well, it's gonna... There are a lot of memories here, and I'm definitely gonna miss it. But at the same time, I mean, I guess it's gonna be a great night, and then I'm moving on to bigger and better things.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy your night.
Yeah, you too.
We're gonna toss it back to Allie and Griffin.
Thanks a lot, Desiree.
Here's Park Erie being escorted by Mr. Smith and Zach Bramer. Wow, the first time we've seen him at a dance in a long time.
There goes Kyle Workman being escorted by Mrs. Long.
There's Katie Teal. Love the dress. This is actually my group right now.
Oh, very nice.
I love them. I love them all. Mariah Ferris, here's an underclassman. Very good at basketball. She plays with her sister on the varsity team.
Very nice.
And Tyler Owen being escorted by Miss Schizler.
You know,
Great smile.
From what I've seen, lime green is a very popular color this year as well, which
Easily.
is surprising me.
Easily, Griffin. Come on. Know the colors, Broseph. It's a fun color.
It's exotic.
The line is sort of starting to slim down a bit. I like it.
It's glad to see less people having to wait out here.
I think it's going by really fast, too.
Now, this year's prom theme is Escape to Europe, and a couple years back they had City Lights. What were some of the other themes?
Well, last year was Casino. The year
Right.
before that was Unmasked Night, masquerade
Right.
theme.
Trying to get a masquerade ball.
They used to, I remember a long time ago, I think it was 2005, they had a fantasy theme,
Oh,
like
okay.
castle and like princessy.
Very nice.
I mean, I think you could do anything. I'm pretty sure they did an Under the Sea one year too. So many different themes.
This year's theme being Escape to Europe, we decided to compile some interesting facts about Europe and its countries. The Eiffel Tower was finished on March 31st, 1889, and the constructor, Gustav Eiffel, also helped to build the Statue of Liberty. He designed the right arm and steel structure that supports the statue. The inside of the Statue of Liberty actually looks a lot like the Eiffel Tower structure. The modern Olympics began in Europe in 1896, and France, Switzerland, the UK, and Greece have participated in every Olympics since then. There are no deserts in Europe. It's not a very dry place at all. And finally, Italy has the world's most active volcano. It's called Mount Stromboli. Now that's a spicy meatball.
I would never think Italy would have the biggest volcano.
Well, most active, and you know, you've heard of Mount Vesuvius and things like that. Apparently there are several dozen volcanoes in Italy, which I would have never thought, personally.
Maybe we should have had a big volcano in the middle of the dance floor instead
Ooh,
of the Eiffel Tower.
volcano themed.
Volcano.
A Hawaii themed prom would be kind of neat. Sounds a little cheesy at first,
that would
but
be
I think
so
it would
cheesy.
be.
I would see like hula
like it.
dancers everywhere.
That
Girls
sounds
would show up
amazing.
in like bikinis and stuff.
Weather like this, I doubt it.
Yeah. Can't even open our pool today.
I can just imagine a pig roast.
Pig roast.
That's all I want. The music is so loud right now.
I don't know if you guys can hear the music right now, but it is blaring. And it makes me want to get in there and get my boogie down.
I think you've used the word boogie at least 3 or 4 times this evening.
What? It's a nice
It's a good word, yeah.
It's a very nice word.
Walk-ins are slowing down a bit.
Here's Kaylee Foltz being escorted by Mr. Smith. Very lovely dress, I have to add.
It's a very slimming dress. Nice shade of blue. It's very drawing to the eye.
It accentuates her body, though.
That sheath style.
And if you haven't noticed, people, you really don't see short people wearing huge, puffy dresses because
No.
that just makes them look even shorter. Usually, you see shorter people with mermaid dresses to accent their body
High-low
figure.
gowns.
Yes.
T-lengths, things like that.
You always want to wear something that fits your body, your style of body. And I think this year, girls have really hit hard on that. And I think they're doing a great job. So, Griff, are you excited to get in there?
Oh, you know it. It's chilly out here, and the music sounds great in there. When I walked through, everything just looked magnificent. I sincerely have a lot of respect for the people that helped put prom together because it turned out really well this year. I am thoroughly impressed.
Me too. Here is Jenna Martin being escorted by Mr. Moriarty.
Although that's not to say I was thinking it would, I was expecting it to be bad. Okay, and back inside the gym is Nick Morissette. He'll be giving us an interview with a couple of people. Take it away, Nick.
Thanks, guys. As you can see here, this is, I guess it's absolutely the dance floor. So, what am I going to do, are you going to ask? Well, I'm going to dance, I guess. I really don't know. So, why are we dancing like this? Obviously, it's because it's a dance floor. So, just look at that. I don't dance, but I'm sure everyone else is doing great. This party is wonderful, and I can see everyone back here having a wonderful time. That's it for me, guys. Now let's head back to Griffin and Allie for the rest of your news. Let's go.
A lot of people at DTV are having a good time at prom, and
I don't even
so
know if
many
that
other
was legal
dancers.
to show on TV, to be quite honest.
Knowing Lucas Moquin, he is quite the dancer, so this is his night.
This is his night. That's so funny. What a short dress. Ooh, I like that. There's Austin Dumpiers being escorted by Mr. Andrews. Reminds me of the Britney Spears dress. I like it.
Oh. Oh, there goes Kirk McQuillan being escorted by Mrs. Davis.
And his date, Nicole Cannell, being escorted by Mr. Smith. Very nice purple dress, I'd have to say.
Now, like in the story earlier, Mr. Smith said that in one word he would describe prom as mystical. Allie, what would you describe prom as in one word?
I would describe prom in one word as hectic.
Hectic. I would agree. But I would have to say, if I were to pick one word, definitely it might be magical. I know it sounds cheesy, but when I was with the with Alexis during the interview with Mr. Smith, that's exactly what I thought he was going to say. But when you get past all the chaos and the hecticness, everything just falls into place perfectly, and it works out, and it's literally magical. Giving us an inside look, we have a story about what it takes to prepare for prom.
I'm Nick Anderson from Nick at Night DJ service, and we've been doing prom for 10 years now. This will be our 10th anniversary of doing prom here in Davison.
Don't be a TJ.
We got home last night at 2 a.m. We had a prom down in Livonia last night. We were on the way home and it was raining, so the highway was closed from an accident. We had to take a long way home. We got home at 2 a.m. I got up at 7 a.m. and we're back here again. We're going to be here for 16 hours setting everything up. It's a lot of work. People don't realize. People think it's all fun and games, and anybody that thinks it's fun and games to do what we do, it's right. You know, you're right. It is fun. It's a lot of fun when you get going, when you get the event running. But anyone that thinks it's fun and games should come to my office at 8 in the morning and do 10 hours of paperwork with me all day long and realize how much work there is in running the business behind the desk. Here, let me get this. We've got 4 guys here right now working and sweating real hard, getting things all set up. We just unloaded the vehicles and we're getting it going. We're setting it all up and doing it, and we put on for our city, so we're knocking it out. Act like you're really working. Oh my God! What's our normal point? The red line? 2. That's 12.3. We have what we call our limo screen. It's a 28-foot wide screen surface with 4 projectors. We have 2 photo booths going in as well today. So our new thing now is we do photo booth rental, where you can take pictures in the photo booth. So we have 2 of those. We have a video screen. We have our big rig. We call that our big rig. That's our concert sound system. We've got about 13,000 watts of power in here. So it's an all-out affair for us. When you think of prom night, other DJs just think, oh, it's just another prom, you know, no big deal. But this is the pinnacle of the high school year, really. And, you know, all the homecomings and all the little dances and all the little after the game events and things like that are all just kind of leading up to prom. This is a big deal. It can't go wrong. It's go time. We can't have any mistakes or any problems, and nothing can break down. It's got to go, and it's got to be ready to roll. We got to know what we're playing and what we're doing. And I really think it's an honor to be brought in for prom, because it is the most important part of the high school event season.
Well, on such a special night, it would be a disaster for something to go amiss. So here at DTV, we advise safety and responsible behavior.
Drive safely. Don't bring a party into your car. Leave at the prom. Be careful of distractions, loud music, rowdy passengers, no texting or using the phone. There will be a lot of kids on the road, so you have to stay focused while driving. 2. Keep in contact. Let your parents know when you arrive and leave. Check in and also let your parents know where you will be going after prom, and do not deviate from the plan.
Don't hurry. Prom can be hectic, and people tend to hurry to appointments, dinner, prom itself. Build in extra time and you won't be in a hurry, and that's when mistakes are made most often. No drinking or drugs. The quickest way to ruin a good prom is to be busted or hurt using any kind of illegal substance. Stay clear of people who may engage in that kind of activity, and know that police will be on high alert checking for illegal activity.
Have fun. If you have fun and do what you know is right, then you will have a fantastic, safe prom. Well, looks like we're going to toss it over to Desiree on the inside story. Take it away, Des.
Thanks, guys. As you can see, the dance floor is packed. It looks like such a fun time tonight.
I know, so am I.
Yeah.
Obviously.
There's quite a few texts up there on the text board. Looks like everyone's just having a really great time.
It actually looks like it. Let's ask a few people.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Excuse me. Hey, how are you doing? Are you having a wonderful time?
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
What's the best thing about prom?
Dancing, obviously.
All right, thank you. We're going to send it back to Allie and Griffin.
Back to you guys.
Well, Davison, this concludes DTV's coverage of DHS Prom 2011. Escape to Europe.
True. Sorry for the inconvenience on some parts, but we hope you have a fantastic night and that your kids will be safe.
Signing off for DTV, I'm Griffin Haskins.
Alongside Allie Dowdle. Have a great night.
And a wonderful prom.